2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 en 8.
Hey, hey, baby! I wanna know if you'll be my girl.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 en 8.
Hey, hey, baby! I wanna know if you'll be my girl. Yeah!
USA, let's go baby, all day.
Warning, the pregame show contains flashing lights and images. Varoitus, alkushow sisältää vilkkuvaa valoa ja kuvaa.
Han står bare og kører kiste og...
Buena! Ah, muy bien, gracias mille amigo.
The referees of the game, päätuomari Andris Ansons, Mikko Kaukari, Jonas Laisons, Ilkokari, Onni Kaukomäki, Simon Sinen.
Team USA and Austria getting set to meet the officials for this game. Andris Ansons of Latvia, Mikko Kukakari of Finland are the referees. Oni Hatamaki of Finland and Simon Senek of Slovakia are the linesmen for this game. Couple of new faces in the Team USA lineup for Coach David Quinn. David Quinn just finished his first season with the San Jose Sharks after 3 in the NHL with the Rangers. And there's Roger Bader, the coach for Austria, who has been coaching in Austria since 2014 and his 5th time coaching the main group at this World Championship. We'll get to the netminders in a second. Tyler Clevin is on defense for Team USA, and Patrick Brown is up front. Those are the 2 new faces in the lineup for Team USA as they get set to take Austria. 9 points for Team USA, leading Group A with 3 straight wins. And Sweden and Denmark on the chase of Team USA. Cal Peterson will get the start in goal, stop 13 of 14 in the win over Hungary. Spent most of last year in the AHL with the Ontario Reign. And Bernard Starkbaum will start for Austria, stop 27 of 32 in the loss to Sweden, 7th World Championship for him.
David Quinn's got his team rolling along pretty good. He's mixed a couple of the lines up, which is good. I think it keeps them on their toes. Still experimenting a little bit, but everything is going smoothly.
Dylan Sandberg back into his own zone. This will get played around the boards by Perbix. Grimaldi sends it off the right side wall. Starkbaum's going to come out, plays it off the wall, and it's grabbed off by Steven Strong. Then Austria back in on the attack. Lead pass taken by Neubauer, back in the lineup after not dressing for the last game. And Team USA will snap this around the boards, and this is going to be brought all the way back.
Well, I hope Sandberg is okay. He went for a hit along the wall and almost put himself into the USA bench as he got bent over double. It looks like he's all right. There's a look at Alex Tuck, and the fans getting ready and full throat already. That's the most entertaining part in some of these games, especially yesterday. The fans are unreal.
To the blue line and jammed out the center ice and cleared in. Alex Tuck of Team USA leads this tournament in plus-minus at +6. Dylan Sandberg is right in behind him at a group at +5. Long shot in on Cal Peterson from Benjamin Nisner. And Peterson is going to hang on to it.
Well, Austria knows that the U.S. is fast. That's the first thing every opposing coach says. Austria felt like they played a good 50 minutes last game, but they know they're going to be under a lot of pressure. They talk about how the U.S. is incredibly fast and aggressive and put pressure on them in their zone. They want to be good inside their own zone. That'll be a good idea.
Cleared back into the Team USA zone. Clevin going in after it, number 43, Tyler Clevin. Finished up the year with the Ottawa Senators, ever coming out of college. Now maybe an odd man rush. Here comes Connor Garland. Garland delays. He looked to the back door looking for Drew O'Connor. Now gets it there. Garland will swing this all the way back at the blue line. Thrun will play it across. And the shot that got blocked as Connor Mackey tried to get that through. This gets snapped around the boards by Marco Rossi and out the center. And what might have been an odd man rush. Dominic Swerger tripped up by the red line. Shot by Cutter Gauthier. That one over top the net. Gauthier leads Team USA in shots on goal in this tournament. He had 7 shots on goal against Germany and has 17 coming into this game.
A young guy like that, being a shooter, having confidence like that, I love that. That's a great place to start.
Coronado couldn't handle that cleanly. Back in for Perbix. Lane Hudson will send it up for Cutter Gauthier. Cutter Gauthier through for Tynan. Walks in, fires, and a glove save made by Starkbaum.
Yeah, Starkbaum needed a big save there to get his team off the hook. They've given up a couple of outnumbered attacks already. Good speed again through the neutral zone, of course, and TJ Tynan takes a look. Nope, can't make the pass, made the right decision. Earlier on, there was an outnumbered attack briefly with Connor Garland. He chose to hang on to it too and didn't force it into the middle of the ice as it ended up even up 2-on-2. I like what he did too, because he hangs on to the puck and kept possession.
Huge American Hockey League numbers for TJ Tynan the last 2 years. 73 assists last year with the Ontario Reign. That led the American Hockey League. Had 81 points. The year before had 98 points, including 84 assists. Those are big numbers for the American Hockey League.
No doubt, and it shows that those are the types of guys, along with Garland, that I talked about, and Rocco Grimaldi, who have speed, who have a lot of points, a lot of assists, means they're hanging on to the puck. And on this ice surface, they have room to do that. And I think that's a valuable thing. Have the puck on your stick more than the opposition. Gives you a lot of confidence. Dylan
Sandberg will play this back in behind his own net. 9 points on 3 straight wins for Team USA. Scott Perunovich will work his way to center and play this in deep. Play back in behind the net. Bonino looking up front for Tuck. That got deflected away, and Raffel will send this on. Lucas Thaler will play it in. Thomas Raffel trying to get a stick on it, could not. And brought right back out. Thomas Raffel, 6th World Championship for him. Has 8 World Championship goals, including 2 so far in this World Championship. Skids played up the boards, and Thaler gets it to the line, but not out. Chopped back down deep by Alex Tuck. At the line for Thrun. Nice deflection there to that short side and by Asamont. And a good save there by Starkbaum, or Bonino rather, on that deflection.
Starkbaum's ready. 2 big saves already.
Shot to the short side by Connor Garland. That makes its way around the boards. Anders Bjork will play it back for Garland. Up top for Thrun. Plays it back for Garland. Tried to work it out front for Bjork. And that got intercepted. Marco Rossi down low defensively to help out. Rossi trying to stuff it up the boards for Schneider, does. And Schneider with 3 points in on all 3 of the Austrian goals so far in this tournament. Good work down low by Swerger. And he got himself in a little bit too deep, but does he draw a penalty?
Looks like the U.S. is going to the box. Nope, it's not. I wasn't sure who he was pointing at there. It's Marco Rossi of Austria. There was a lot of commotion away from it while we're all watching this action there. That's some great hands, but
So the first power play of the game goes to Team USA, 2 for 7 so far in the tournament at 28.5% with the man advantage. On the penalty kill, Austria has killed 5 of 8, 62%. Got themselves into some trouble in the opening game. We're down 2 men twice. This gets played back at the line as Team USA sets up the power play with Lane Hudson. Hudson will dish it off for Gauthier, then gets it back. Garland gets it back. Back for Hudson, and Hudson mishandled it against the checking of Manuel Ganol, and it comes outside the line. Rink wide now and picked off by Lucas Thaler. Up for Neubauer. Neubauer trying to work his way through, could not. And this will get cleared all the way down the ice, and Thaler, good job there on the penalty kill.
A little bit of a test there, I think. Move the puck around a little bit. It's pretty normal. See how aggressive Austria is going to be. They were at times, and then they moved up high on Hudson, and it put a little surprise in it.
Grimaldi for Carter Mazur. Battle in the corner. Nico Brunner tries to work it free. Grimaldi is on it. Takes a look. Sends it back to the goal line for Coronado, then gets it back. Up top it comes. And Perunovic will take the return pass from Tynan. Gets it for Grimaldi. Fanned on the shot. Back for Perunovic. Off his stick, and Grimaldi has it. Perunovic sends it down to the goal line. Mazur trying to go back door. And a good play defensively, and then Thaler will send it down the ice. Cal Peterson's going to come out and play this up. Team USA right back in. Grimaldi. He tried to go to that far side. That was blocked. Perunovic lost his footing as he got tied up on the far side. Power play is over. And mishandled at the line by Rossi, and that puts a couple of Austrian players offside. No score, period one, USA and Austria. Face-off outside the line. Schneider trying to send that deep into the Team USA zone, and grabbed off by Dylan Sandberg. And back for Asimont. Asimont off his stick. And a good chance up top there for Farrell, and he shot that over top the net. Farrell was involved in the overtime winner last year. Austria got up 2-0 on Team USA. And Team USA fought back, got it to overtime, and Farrell setting up Luke Hughes with the winner. 2018, Team USA started 6-0 in that tournament, and trying to get to 4-0 with a win here against Austria. Back it across for Farrell. Drew O'Connor waits for it on the far side. Lost control of it, and this will get cleared back into the Team USA zone. Played around the boards. Nico Brunner is there to block it. Trying to get that down low. And it ends up on the stick of Connor Mackey.
Clevin with a big hit on that initial rush by Austria. And David Quinn had talked about the two new guys coming in, Clevin and Brown, saying they've got some weight to their game, and that'll help us a lot, which makes sense. This is a smaller U.S. team that plays with a lot of speed, and in some games you need that weight as well too. And that was good by Clevin to show it early.
Clevin's shot breaks the stick of Manuel Ganol. Into the high slot it comes, dished off, shot by Raffel, and a good save by Peterson as he finally gets tested in this game.
Good puck movement by Austria. That is an excellent scoring chance here, and well done by the goaltender Peterson. Raffel is Austria's one of their most dangerous players, no doubt. Raffel, nearly every shift out there, certainly when getting the offensive zone. He'll shoot the puck. He has ways of getting open. And the U.S. shifted over to their left wing side. And Raffl was left all alone, so Cal Peterson bailed him out there. The right-handed catching Peterson made a nice snag there on the short side.
Lane Hudson will stuff this out to center. Alex Tuck tried to play it on there for Bonino. That failed to materialize. Cleared back down the ice at an icing call against Austria. 114 shots on goal coming into this game for Team USA. That's second most in this World Championship behind Canada.
Another good thing for Team USA, they've only taken 6 penalties. That is the fewest in the entire tournament of all 16 teams. Austria doesn't take a lot, but they've had 10 so far. But good for USA that they get their power plays, but they don't take many penalties.
Coming off the win over Germany, 2 unanswered goals in the third period of that game for the win. Stolen in behind by Grimaldi, gets it out front. Bonino couldn't get a stick on it. And back up for Raffl. Tries to go to the outside on the smooth skating Lane Hudson. Stays with him. Alex Tuck down low to help out. The puck ends up on the stick of Henry Thrun. And Thrun will just alley-oop this down the ice and get it out of harm's way. And Nickel will hustle back. Nickel lost his footing and went down. Gets up, plays it up on the right side for Schneider. Talked about the goal and 2 assists for Schneider so far in this tournament. Has always been a goal scorer. He was the MVP, back-to-back championships with Salzburg. Playoff MVP a couple of years ago. 30 goals in Indiana USHL 10-11. 20 in the IHL with Kalamazoo in 16-17. 35 in Vienna in 18-19. 28 in Salzburg last year. There's a penalty coming. And 16 in Salzburg this past year. So Peter Schneider has been a goal scorer.
Marco Rossi going to the penalty box again. This is definitely going to be a trip. The puck was behind the net for a long time. I think the referees were thinking about blowing it down, but they keep yelling at guys, move it, move it. And then Rossi, I think, got a little get frustrated. There he is, and then they'll finally pull it out, and there's the trip. So the Americans' first power play was not very good, and the Austrian penalty kill, their timing on when to jump on the puck carrier was outstanding.
Power play goals from Bonino and Matt Coronado so far in this tournament for Team USA. Over 6 minutes here, Team USA has not had a shot on goal. Austria gave, Dave Quinn talked about this before the game, how Austria gave them a struggle last year. Played around the boards by Stephen Strong, who played his minor hockey in Toronto. Around, Connor Garland will control. Garland settles it down for Bonino, back for Garland. Up top for Lane Hudson. Hudson walks it in, sends it back near side for Garland. There's the cross ice pass. Sharp angle try, that got turned away in front and blocked. Off the stick of Cutter Gauthier. Back at the line it comes. Garland. Back across for Gauthier, back for Lane Hudson. Tuck puts that to the front of the net. Unable to handle that was Bonino. Cutter Gauthier has it. Sends it for Garland. Up top for Hudson. Hudson doesn't shoot it. Hudson and Connor play catch. Hudson tried to get that down for Nick Bonino. Garland on the retrieval for Alex Tuck. For Hudson, they are really guarding Cutter Gauthier on that far side. Manuel Ganal's really keeping an eye on him.
He's the shooter. 17 shots coming into this game, and he's got a good, heavy shot. Yeah, the U.S. are very reluctant to move in off the wall. You got Hudson up top who wants to keep moving. I'm less inclined to have the guy up top moving. You can really open yourself up to some bad things. I think when they get it on the flanks, whoever's on the flanks, Garland or whoever, they got to be a threat to go to the net from that flank position and draw somebody in. That'll open up the middle of the ice in the bumper spot. But when you move from up top, not much happens there. And so far, the U.S. are stymied on their power play.
One shot on that power play. Killian Zundell clears it down the ice. Tyler Clevin back for it. Up the middle it goes for Carter Mazur. Mazur couldn't get it deep. This will get flipped back out by Bernd Wolf. Under 8 to go, opening period, no score. Team USA, Austria. Tyler Clevin, Perunovic, TJ Tynan. He'll play it back, and
that hurt.
Perunovic got spilled there as he got tied up with Bernd Wolf. Dylan Sandberg holds this in. Sandberg takes the return pass, lets the wrist shot go, and a glove save made by Starkbaum, and he'll hold. Scoreless here on TSN. So the face-off will be in Austria's end of the ice, as this game is still looking for its first goal.
Austria's got to feel pretty good about themselves, Dennis. 2 really solid penalty kills. They're afraid of the offense, afraid of the speed of USA. But I think they've shown themselves that they know how to defend inside their zone. Now, if they can get some scoring here, then they want to turn the tables here on the U.S.
Brown in on the forecheck there, now carries down the right side as he is in his first game for Team USA. Patrick Brown started the season in Philadelphia, ended the year in Ottawa with the Senators. Great National Hockey League career for his father, Doug. A couple of Stanley Cups with the Detroit Red Wings. This gets bounced out at center. Farrell will play it back. And Anders Bjork will backhand it in and turn and head to the bench on the change. More players being added. They've changed the qualifications. You don't really need to put your final roster in. Injuries, you can replace injured players. Final rosters don't go until just before the quarterfinals. USA has lost Sammy Walker because of injury. Last year they lost John Merrill really early in the tournament.
Austria lost Reinbacher for a bit, but he's still here, and they're expecting maybe even next game that they'll get him back. A terrific young player. Yeah,
the NHL scouts are hoping that Reinbacher gets back into the tournament.
No doubt.
He won't have to wait long to hear his name called at the draft. Out at center ice, Vukovic tried to pitch that to the front of the net, looking for Lucas Thaler. This gets kept in at the line. Wrist shot by Vukovic, and a good save made by Peterson. He will hang on to it. Talked about the meeting last year where Luke Hughes got the overtime winner on an assist from Sean Farrell. Farrell had the tying goal against Germany a couple of days ago. That set the stage for the winner from Matt Coronado in a 3-2 Team USA win, and another 1-goal loss for Germany.
Coronado and Farrell were really good early in the tournament. They kind of faded a little bit, lost their chemistry a little when Sammy Walker got hurt. He was on that line.
Hudson goes cross ice. Clevin ripped it from the point. That's turned aside. Huber is on the loose puck. Sends it around the boards. Ali Wakovitz had his pass blocked. Gets it again. Gets it on for Mario Huber. And Mario Huber, who leads Austria in shots on goal with 10, will send this into the Team USA end. Some action for him in the Quebec Junior League back in the 15-16 season with Victoriaville. Past 6 seasons for Mario Huber in Salzburg, and some success there team-wise. Six shots on goal now, the last one coming from Tyler Clevin. So Team USA that has been putting pucks to the net. We mentioned that, 114 coming into this. Just 6 so far here as we're into the final 4.5 of period number 1. Schneider pitches a backhander to the short side, goes after it in the corner. Peter Schneider played it into the slot. What a save on a one-timer from Dominic Zwerger. And Cal Peterson with a big blocker stop. Second time in this game that he's been forced to make a very good stop.
One on each side, too.
Yep.
And yeah, you can tell the U.S. is having trouble getting the engine started offensively. You can feel the frustration from the lack of good play on their power play. And now because of that, you start getting preoccupied. Next thing you know, you make big mistakes defensively.
Manuel Ganol. Sandberg rubs him out in the corner. Now a stick comes up. And play continues.
I don't know if that was an elbow or a stick. I guess it was a stick. Connor Garland, yeah. He was wincing more than a little. We got another rugby scrum along the wall here.
Puck finally squirts loose, and Connor Garland sends it ahead for Mikey Asamont. Asamont gets wrapped up in the corner there with David Mayer. David Mayer, one of only 4 players with Austria over 16 minutes. Marco Rossi leads them in ice time.
Well, the U.S. has certainly had really good goaltending. Doesn't matter which guy is in net. Casey DeSmith has played 2 of the games. He's been player of the game both times. 946 save percentage. And then Cal Peterson played 1 game, 929 save percentage, only 1 goal against. And he has made 2 outstanding saves in this game.
Casey DeSmith's goals against average 1.50 is 4th best in the tournament. And that save percentage you talked about at 946 is also 4th best among netminders at the World Championship. So Team USA has been getting solid net mining, no doubt. You need that to get 3-0 where they sit up top Group A, and they'll need it going forward. Icing will be the call against Austria. Latvia and Norway scoreless over in Riga. For Team USA, they'll get a couple of days off after this, and then a back-to-back Saturday Denmark and Sunday against France. And Dave Quinn talked about in these 2 days off that will be their final chance to practice. They'll close out against Sweden on Tuesday.
Can't wait for that one.
Yeah.
That's going to be a doozy.
With the potential for it very much to be a first-place battle.
William Nylander joining the Swedish team.
Sharp angle chance off the blocker of Starkbaum. Connor Mackey for Coronado. Perbix jumps in from the right point for Team USA. Nick Perbix of the Tampa Bay Lightning, who leads this team in average per game ice time at just under 20.5 minutes per game. Connor Mackey, and he'll pitch a backhander down the ice. Will it have enough to get across the icing line? Well, Starkbaum is going to come out, so that will negate that. We'll get it across Cleared quickly by Philip Wimmer, but it's right back, and giving chase is Nico Brunner. Brunner tried to play it around the boards. TJ Tynan picked it off. Tynan plays it back at the line. Clevin down for Thrun. Henry Thrun throws it to the front of the net. Puck is still loose, and a pass back to the line was picked off. Good defensive play there by Peter Schneider after Cutter Gauthier had a chance in front. Marco Rossi, and he got spilled in the corners. He got tied up there with Thrun. Puck is centered up front. Mazur is on it for Team USA. Takes it to the outside. Bern Wolf lost his stick on the play. Marco Rossi down low to come up with the loose puck. Back for Timo Nickel. Nickel, an Anaheim draft pick initially. His NHL rights in March, traded from Anaheim to Pittsburgh. And Nickel could really shoot the puck. Carries to center, dumps it in. Cal Peterson will stop it, leave it there for Lane Hudson, the young Montreal draft pick. Snapped up in center for Rocco Grimaldi. Grimaldi will play it in to the backboards with David Mayer. Ganal trying to get it up the right side boards and out of his own zone. Can't. Back to the blue line and unable to hold it in is Hudson. He'll chase it back into his own zone. Time for one last rush for Team USA. But taken off the corner boards by Mayer, and Mayer's going to be content to kill off the dying seconds of this period. And it does get centered to the short side from Benito, but time does run out.
Austria is going to be really happy with this first period. They proved to themselves they know how to play in their own zone and keep the U.S. to the outside, not give them the shots that they want.
Shots were 7-7. No score. Austria, Team USA, one period done here in Tampere.
In Riga, the score between Team Latvia and Team Norway is 0-0 in first period. Riikassa ottelussa Latvia Norja tilanteessa erässä 0-0.
Thank you. Yep. Just a few minutes, please. Okay, thank you.
All good? Good save. Escape, guys! Oh, whoa, 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 gentlemen! Play! Play! Woo! Play the puck, guys! Play the puck! Play the puck! Keep moving! Keep moving! Guys, play! 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 Move! No, come on, come on, come on! Oh, thank you. Great job. Good job, good job, good job. Play the puck, play the puck, play the puck. Woo! Nice. No, 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 no.
Twos. Come on. Go, Tanner.
Seven for seven for Cal Peterson in that opening period. A couple of dandies, one with the glove, one with the blocker. And at the other end of the ice, Bernard Starkbaum, 7 for 7 as well. And a couple of scrambles in tight on Team USA power plays that he was sharp on. Nick Bonino led all players in ice time, 7 minutes and 22 seconds in that opening period. And there's not a team in this World Championship that balances ice time more than Austria. Right. With Roger Batter. They had a couple. David Mayer was 640. Steven Strong was 624. Those two killed penalties and did a good job on the penalty kill for Austria. But with players from Denmark in the 25, 26, 27 range, you look at Marco Rossi, just over 17 minutes per game, leading Austria in per game ice time. Second period gets going here at Nokia Arena in Tampere. Back into his own zone is Perbix. Nick Perbix, the pass up the middle, failed to materialize. Back in for Howden, lets the shot go deflected away.
That's exactly the pass you do not want to make. That diagonal long pass from left D all the way to the wing. Howden just sniffed that out and got a good scoring chance.
Dylan Sandberg barges his way into the Austrian zone, gets it to the front of the net. Good save there by Starkbaum. Benjamin Nistner's on it. Nistner trying to poke it off the boards on a second try. He does get it out. And now right back in, but called offside as Drew O'Connor thought that he was onside, but the linesman had other thoughts.
So far, what I see from Austria, I would say, Dennis, that their scouting report was bang on. I mean, they are ready for everything. That pass that was just cut off a moment ago in the neutral zone, I mean, that was good positioning. Their penalty kill was all over the power play of Team USA. There's some frustration, I feel like, offensively for the U.S., and I think Austria is right where they want to be, and as you said, everybody plays about the same amount. They've settled in.
Drew O'Connor comes into the game with a lot of face-offs. He and Nick Bonino take a lot of them for Team USA. TJ Tynan has had real good success in the face-off department as well. Drew O'Connor, the Ivy League Player of the Year in 1920 with Dartmouth. All the way back out for Perunovic. Skate backwards into his own zone. St. Louis draft pick up for Connor Garland. Garland had it get away from him. Bounced back out at center. Peter Schneider couldn't pick it up. Nickel back into his own zone. Nickel outmuscles Connor Garland for the loose puck. Drop back for Dominic Zwerger. And Cal Peterson fought that one off from Zwerger. Cleared up at center. Zwerger's had a couple of good looks on Peterson in this game. Peter Gauthier trying to work his way deep, and he went down in the Austrian zone.
Yeah, Zwerger was one of the two really good chances in the first period. He went blocker. That time it was glove side.
In the high slot, batted away, and Ali Wakovitz right back for Austria. Sends it on for Paul Huber. Huber trying to get back to the front of the net, looking for Wakovitz. Thrun breaks that one up. Mazur will jam this up to the line, and here comes Gauthier. Lays it on for Tynan, and Tynan will dump it deep and go in after it. The Calder Cup for TJ Tynan with Erie in the 15-16 campaign. Plays it for Thrun. The San Jose Sharks, initially an Anaheim pick. This gets at the line for Farrell. Brown will send it on, and a shot by Tuck is grabbed and held by Starkbaum.
A fair amount of this game has been on the outside, and it's been along the wall. When it gets inside, like it did on this last rush, here's a good look at it again. There's the shot by Zwerger, and this time he went glove side. In the first period, he went blocker side, and Cal Peterson's had the answer both times. They've gone high on Peterson. I wonder if the next couple of shots for Austria, they might test him down low and see what he's got.
Nick Perbix will play it back in his own zone across for Lane Hudson. In it goes. Brown going in after it, but it's grabbed off and right back up the ice for Ganal. And Ganal will sail this into the Team USA zone. Comes off the corner boards. Strong from the line, deflected. And that didn't miss by much.
Yeah, Ganal passing through the middle of the ice. That was a brutal redirection.
Back on the regroup for Howden. Sends it up the right side boards, and this gets deflected in. Heading to the bench on the change, Henrik Neubauer, as Austria will start another change here in the second period. Benjamin Nister, long wrist shot, sailed that one over top the net. Dominic Heinrich, the defenseman, going in after it. Came back to the line. Gets played back down low by Ganal. Killian Zundell sending it towards the front of the Team USA net. Sent around the boards. Zundell's going to pinch in from the right point. And Dylan Sandberg will send it ahead for Rocco Grimaldi. Out at center it goes. Gets knocked down there by O'Connor. He'll leave it for Connor. Back in short side. And a save made by Starkbaum.
This is what Connor Garland does really well. He takes the zone with speed, and he's willing to use it on the outside. Prior to that, there's that redirection we talked about. Peterson was ready for it, and it was wide. That was a nasty redirection there, and a good setup that Ganal with that touch. The U.S. came back the other end to the ice, and then that drop pass back on the short side to O'Connor from Connor Garland. Really good combination there. A goaltender was ready, but the U.S. would like to see more of that.
Good positioning by Starkbaum, but as far as the save, it was as much that Drew O'Connor shot it right into his glove. I'm not sure he had a good look at that.
Yeah, positional save as much as anything, right? He didn't leave that near side post. Had he gone with Garland, it was a good idea of that shot go on the short side.
Bernd Wolf will snap this back into the USA zone. Perunovic on for Alex Tuck. He'll play it across. Trying to work it out front as Asimont comes back at the line. Down for Bonino, trying to get it to the front of it. That went off a stick, and Starkbaum makes the save. So Asimont on this line now with Tuck and Bonino. Tuck from the line, lets the shot go. Starkbaum snares that as it comes through some traffic.
Mikey Asimont roughing things up in front of the net. That's a good thing. I think they need to get some snarl in their game. Their shots are coming from the outside. But the impressive part of the way Austria is playing is that structure is great. They're in good position when the U.S. have the puck and are coming up the ice. But each player in his own area is recognizing when a U.S. player comes into their area, they're going to them right away, whether the guy has the puck or not. So they're eliminating. It's a really good, effective combination of structure and position, but also playing man on man. And it's been frustrating the U.S. not able to make some plays that they want to.
Perbix from the blue line, the shot off of Paul Huber, and that sails up into the netting.
So much of the game, the way it's played now at every level, is about structure and how you're going to move the puck up the ice. Sometimes the one-on-one battles and can I beat that guy right in front of me gets overlooked. And I think the U.S. needs to challenge a few guys one-on-one and see if they can beat them in the offensive zone.
Finland and France. Our second game here in Tampere. Cross ice pass is intercepted. Huber will chip it in deep and going after it. trying to get this back to the blue line, and it's turned over and possible odd man rush for Team USA. In front it comes. Mazur to the backhand. And where is it? Referee says no. And Mazur like to have another look at it.
Really well done along the wall here by Gauthier. He beats Brunner along the wall and creates the 2-on-1. He also makes a beautiful pass across and gives Carter Mazur the chance. It's under pressure and a little half-toe drag and pass across. That's some really good stuff from Cutter Gauthier. The goaltender made the save. This is about as well constructed a play as you can. It ended up being a pretty close 2-on-2 because there was hard back checking there by the Austrians. As good as you can do, you get beaten on the play by the goaltender, but all the way along, Cutter Gauthier had a heck of a shift there.
Mazur had the first chance, Gauthier had the second, and puck was still loose, but the whistle had gone to end the play. Strong for Austria, on for Ganal. He tried to play that through for Neubauer, too far. Neubauer now is on it at center and sends it in. Cal Peterson will play it up on the board. Steven Strong in from the line to hold it in. Dylan Sandberg sends it around for Patrick Brown, and this will chip up off a stick and end up in the Austrian bench. No score, Austria and USA here in the second. Last 9 World Championships, 4 medals for Team USA, all bronze. Dave Quinn talked about it's been a while since we've had gold. 1960, a gold medal in the California Winter Olympics, and then we talked about this the other day, the 1980 Miracle on Ice, a gold medal there. And Dave Quinn and the rest of the coaching staff, they feel this team has the ability to make some noise here at this World Championship. Switzerland off to a terrific start over in Group B in Riga, yet to allow a goal against in 3 games.
When we talked to David Quinn, even before the tournament started, there was a feel that we got from him, right? In what you just said, that he had talked about is, yeah, we really think we have something. So coaches say what they're going to say, but it just oozed out of him, right? Like he came in, he's very confident about what he thinks this team can do, and certainly what they've done so far. The proof is right there, undefeated.
Well, 24 hours after telling us that, they beat Finland, defending champions, so the proof was in the pudding. Latvia has opened the scoring. Rodrigo Abels, the veteran, shot, save made, and a good one by Starkbaum.
Boy, what a snap that was by Mackey all the way from the blue line. Great shot.
Grimaldi looks for some open ice. Connor Mackey will dump it in, has a goal in this tournament. He'll give chase. Round for Alex Tuck. Tuck trying to lose the checking of Benjamin Nisner. Connor Mackey from the line. Down for Nick Bonino. Wraparound. Scores! Grimaldi off the backside. And Team USA has the lead. 1-0.
Nothing new here in the big line for the USA. Bonino, Tuck, and Grimaldi come through with the first goal of the game. and it was Bonino on the wraparound. One of the toughest things for a goaltender to do is follow the puck from one side over one shoulder and then out. He's got to protect both those posts, and then he needs some help. He doesn't get the help. Bonino does a heck of a job here. He's at a great world championship. Just puts it right through the crease, and Rocco Grimaldi knows where he has to go. Get on that other side, on the weak side, and see where the puck goes. Be able to go into the crease if it's there, but be ready if it comes all the way through. It came all the way through. There's no way the goaltender can get across. Well done by Bonino and Grimaldi.
Dillian Zundell, we saw in the replay there, and Dominic Heinrich, the two defensemen, got puck watching. And you're right, Bonino just waited for it to come across, or Bonino getting it across to Grimaldi, who just waited for it. And Grimaldi has the opening goal in this game, and Team USA with the 1-0 lead, second of the tournament and 5th point of the tournament for Grimaldi. And the first assist after a couple of goals for Nick Bonino. Marco Rossi on for Peter Schneider. Up for Swerger. This line has created some offensive chances for Austria. Getting dumped on the play and slow to get up is Anders Bjork. And Dylan Sandberg puts it off the boards out the center. Carter Mazur will deflect this in. Paul Huber right back up the ice. Ali Vukovic tried to redirect that for Mario Huber. Intercepted and cleared. Mazur giving chase back into the Austrian zone. Carter Mazur protects it, slips it back at the line. Thrun goes cross ice, off a stick. This is kept in by Clevin. Tyler Clevin back for Thrun. Thrun throws it to the front of the net, deflected. At the line, Clevin will hold it in. From the University of North Dakota to the Ottawa Senators. Championship a couple seasons ago with North Dakota for Tyler Clevin. Mazur holds this in, and then he gets all wrapped up and taken down. Cleared back in, and Tynan goes after the puck. Carter Mazur, a Detroit pick in 2021 draft. Puck battle in the corner. Team USA with the 1-0 lead. Coronado lets it go. Save is made. Coronado does a good job at that.
He is.
Circles it up high, looks for a lane, and finally finds it.
He and Garland, same thing. That's what they use, the space on the outside and up top, because they've got the speed and the puck control to do it.
Steven Strong giving chase on Leon Farrell. It's pitched down low to the line for Perunovic. Across for Connor Mackey. He'll send it down deep into the Austrian zone. Back to the line for Perunovic from Coronado. He'll leave it for Connor Mackey. Lots of offensive movement there for Team USA. Sharp angle shot ends up in the near corner. Coronado takes his man down. Some reaction from the Austrian bench. Play goes on. Bernd Wolf goes after it. Perunovic is in from the line. And another puck battle. Will this get outside the line? Nope, it does not. Into the back half of period number 2. Alex Tuck trying to get it back to the line. Shots are 9-2 for Team USA here in the second period. And the only goal coming from Rocco Grimaldi. Perunovic back for Grimaldi. Puck got away from him. Heinrich trying to clear. Comes off a stick to the front of the net. Sent back in behind by Grimaldi. Hits to the front of the net, but the puck off a stick to the near side. Nick Perbix will play this back into the corner. Another solid jolt there as Alex Tuck puts the body on Steven Strong.
I think that's a little bit of frustration. Tuck's had a couple of situations where the puck's gone awry.
Tuck right back in, leaves it. Bonino tries to go high short side. Perbix back at the line. Tuck is going to leave it for Bonino, but it gets intercepted and cleared out at center. Lucas Thaler for Austria will send this in. And Dylan Sandberg will settle it down. 8.5 left to go here in period number 2. Team USA trying to go to 4-0. And a 1-0 lead here in the second. This gets set in behind the net. Drew O'Connor plays it back to the line. Connor Garland heads for the front of the net. O'Connor goes after it. Connor Garland is there as well. Puts it back for Gauthier. Gets it back for Hudson. Back into the corner it goes. Dropped off. Waiting for it on the near side is Clement. It doesn't come to him. Taken there by Lane Hudson. Plays it down low. Asamon up top for Connor Garland. Connor takes a look. Tried to get it to the front of the net. Intercepted. And Dominic Heinrich will send Raffle away. Austria needing a line change. 5 strong head to the bench. And Team USA back in on the attack to the front of the net. And almost a chance in tight there for Connor Garland, but he couldn't get a stick on it. Now a race for it. Huber will chase this down for Austria. Try to spin a backhander up front looking for Marco Rossi. And this is grabbed off, but Cutter Gauthier. Cutter Gauthier to the line and in. Lets the wrister go off a stick and wide. Tracks it down, stays with it. Gets it for Mazur. Mazur couldn't get a shot away. Dominic Swerger to center no further against Thrun. And it's right back into the Austrian zone with 7 to go here in the second. Slapped up the boards out at center. Back in for Neubauer. Marco Rossi heading to the net. And Swerger. This is going to be called a glove. Play gets whistled down. 1-0 Team USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to see karaoke. Everyone here represents the lower says, let's see.
Everyone knows this song.
It's 3 3-point wins for Team USA. Denmark and Sweden on the chase. 8 points for both of those teams. So 3 wins, but one of the wins in extra time. A 2-point win versus a 3-point win. There's been an average of 6.36 goals per game in the NHL this season here. Entering, there have been 121 goals in 24 games at this World Championship. That's an average of 5. You normally don't see a lot of scoring in some of the games. Denmark has found its offense. A 6-2 loss for Austria to Denmark yesterday, but Roger Batter, the coach, talked about that. It was really a close game until the dying moments of the third period when Denmark popped a couple more in.
Yeah, they just lost hope at the end, and the score didn't really indicate how the game went.
Manuel Ganal trying to throw that to the front of the net. It deflected and just missed on the short side. Ganal was looking for Lucas Howden. Team USA will clear this down the ice. Icing will be the call. It was 2-1 going into the third for Denmark over Austria, and then they ended up with the 6-2 win.
The guy I like in this game right now for the U.S. is Cutter Gauthier. I like the way he's playing. He's challenging one-on-one. His last shift out, he accelerated and picked his way through the neutral zone and found some seams. Instead of trying to play checkers, coming through the neutral zone on the attack, and what's my next pass, he's willing to keep it.
4 goals and 10 points at the recent World Junior Championship for Cutter Gauthier. Perunovic will play this back for Perbix. Makes his way to center. Plays it through for Matt Coronado. Beyond his reach, Killian Zundell sends it around the boards. Team USA is in a change. Show a little bit of room. Benjamin Nister will play it on. Lucas Stoller tried to get that to the net. Deflected around. Raffle sends it back around to the right point. Zundell throws it back down low. Grimaldi is on it, and Grimaldi will bounce this out at center ice. Zundel sends it back, deflected in by Lucas Thaler, taken by Grimaldi, who has the goal in this game. Grimaldi gets rubbed out at the line by Raffel. 36-year-old captain of this Austrian team. Last number of years, other than the couple years he was not at the World Championship, he has been captain of this squad.
If I'm Austria, I'm trying to hit Rocco Grimaldi every time I can and trying to wear him down, and that takes a lot because the guy's got a motor that just doesn't quit. But for me, he's a guy that really changes momentum for the USA, and if I was Austria, I'd be going, hit that Rocco Grimaldi every time you can and see if you can take his legs out as the game goes on.
203 NHL games for him. Spent last year with Springfield and Rockford.
He's around the puck all the time. Every time he gets out there, Grimaldi's making something happen. I see why he's on that line.
Penalty coming up on the play to Team USA, so Austria will go to the power play for the first time in this game, barring something happening here with the net empty for the extra attacker. Nickel will send it back for Bernd Wolf, and he'll play it all the way back for Marco Rossi, who's watched by the other 23 in the game, Mikey Asamont.
Well, the good news is the U.S. got 3 guys off the ice because they did have some tired bodies out there on this delayed penalty call.
Marco Rossi to the line, dishes it off. Huber the shot, that sails back to the right point. Schwerger for Nickel, and he'll play it low, and Cal Peterson, smart Team USA netminder, will come out and stop it. Power play for Austria when we come back to Tampere.
So many of you have dressed up so nicely for today's game. Now is your chance to show what you're wearing. Great for tonight, friends.
Finland and France is the... There's the call. Tyler Clevin will go for tripping. France and Finland, our second game here in Tampere. And Finland in need of wins.
Clevin, it was a tough situation. He went to go make a check. He jammed his stick in between the feet, ended up no stick in his hand, and ended up taking a penalty on it. So the U.S. needs a good penalty kill here.
Face-off win by Patrick Brown. Nick Perbix will clear the puck down the ice, and Dominic Heinrich will start the power play for Austria. 2 for 6 coming into this tournament. The 6 ops is the tied for the fewest with Kazakhstan. So 33.3% for the Austrian power play. The 7th time this tournament that Team USA has been shorthanded. That is the fewest. Marco Rossi tees it up, looking far side, and off the blocker of Cal Peterson. Back to the line for Dominic Heinrichs. Plays it across for Peter Schneider. He rattles one from the right side, and Dylan Sandberg felt that one.
Austria, in the opening moments of their power play here, started from the far corner out to the point, and then point to point. That means that second D-man coming down does have some time and room, and that was a nasty redirection. Cal Peterson is all over this. We remarked about the great saves that he made in the first period and here into the second. Also the way he came out and touched the puck to stop the delayed penalty. He's sharp.
Face-off win on the power play for Austria. Raffel comes near side. Schneider drills it from this side. Another good save by Peterson. And Bonino will try and clear. Heinrich's going to hold this in. Sends it for Marco Rossi. Rossi being watched by Thrun. Back to the line for Dominic Heinrichs. For Rossi. Rossi comes near side. Backdoor play, scores! Thomas Raffel has another one. 3 for him in the tournament. All have come on the power play. And this game is tied 1-1.
Schneider, outstanding. This fake shot, there's nothing Peterson could have done here. I mean, you can't do this any better. The cross-ice pass, and he's going to fake like he's just going to drill it, but this is a pass all the way along. He's way outside, and Peterson has to commit to come across. Rossi across to Schneider, but look where Peterson is. Raffel just has to get there, control it, and have his hands firm on his stick, and he then has an extra second to make sure it goes into the empty net. So the power play for Austria, this first one, is better than anything we've seen from the U.S. on their power play yet. They got some really good looks before they even scored.
All 3 goals by Raffel have been scored from the paint.
Yeah.
And it was seconds earlier, Schneider drilled one from this side.
Yep.
Peterson made a good save on it, so Cal Peterson's thinking, okay, he's going to drill another one. A great fake and the pass across, and this game is deadlocked 1-1. Power play marker for Austria. Mayer will one-hand this in behind the net. Dylan Sandberg jams it to the corner, and another puck battle gets going. Mario Huber will send this all the way around, and it comes all the way out to center ice, and Bernd Wolf is there. Jumping up on the play was Lane Hudson. Gets it back into the slot. Mazur scores! Carter Mazur answers right back for Team USA. His first of this World Championship.
Terrific shot, but I really like the way Tynan played on this. He starts off coming out of the zone on the right wing side, and it went right across diagonally to an open area on the left wing side, right by the blue line. There's Tynan. So it's a situation where the U.S. is forcing the Austrians to readjust, and they don't get it right. And so then Carter Mazur is able to slip in, and he's dead center, walking right down the middle, because Austria is trying to get back to certain positions, and they don't fill that hole. But I thought Tynan did a really good job of opening them up, and then Mazur with a great shot.
NC2A Rookie of the Year in the 21-22 season with Denver. In this past season, 22 goals. And member of the Detroit Red Wings, turned pro, played in 6 games in the American Hockey League with Grand Rapids, and he was a point a game, 3 goals and 3 assists.
He was ready for that, and he was confident in it. And David Quinn talked about swagger that some of their young guys had. That was a shot with swagger on it.
Expected the challenge for a roster spot with the Red Wings. So a 2-1 lead for Team USA. Killian Zundell back into his own zone. Benjamin Nister will just bounce this back out at center, and Perunovic. Little redirect there for Dewar O'Connor. Drew O'Connor plays this in deep. Off the corner boards, Grimaldi, and he gives way, and Dominic Heinrich will send this out at center. And this will be offside, as Werger was inside the line when Lucas Thaler brought it in.
Well, the Austrians have made some really good plays. I mean, there's a look at the goal again. That was really some brilliant stuff, but coming right back and scoring a big goal. This is a huge pressure reliever, and the U.S. saying that, hey, we're going to be in control of this game too. We're not letting you take it away from us, because the Austrians had done some good things, and I could argue that they had had a better first period than the U.S. had, but the U.S. was still up 2-1.
Chance in front for Swerger, and Cal Peterson comes out with a stick and pokes it away. Swerger on it again. This has been a good line. Schneider, Swerger, and Rossi. Team USA back in on the attack. Asamon puts on the brakes, loses the checking of Nickel. Asamon's pass was blocked, gets it back. Clevin from the line lets the shot go, and that's tipped in front. Goes off the hand of Zwerger and up into the netting.
An interesting shift there for Asamon. As you go back to the Cal Peterson poke check again, he is extremely sharp in this game. Cal Peterson is, plain and simple, one of their best players. He hasn't seen that much rubber, relatively speaking, but extremely sharp. His head's in the game. His analysis of what's coming at him is brilliant. They have relied on their goaltenders, but as coaches would say, goaltenders get paid too. Yeah, that's right. TJ Tynan out to take the face-off for Team USA. Came in at 66.6% in this game. Has been good off the draw. Perunovic back for Tynan. Tynan at the dying seconds. It's thrown to the front of the net. Starkbaum had to be careful with that. Well, coming right back and scoring and taking the lead back again, that's huge late in this second period, something that the U.S. can build on here, and that's a blow to the Austrians. 17-13. The shots in favor of USA after it was 7-7 after one. Team USA up by one.
Shot on goal in second period. Team USA 10, Team Austria 6. Laukaukset maalikohdeottelun toisessa erässä. USA 10, Itävalta 6. In Riga, the score between Team Latvia and Team Norway is 2-0 in the second period. Rigassa tilanne ottelussa Latvia-Norja on 2-0 toisessa erässä.
Careful, careful, careful. Thank you. Be careful on the board. Be careful, gentlemen. Woo! Play! Play! Play!
Nice call. Hands fast. Touch doesn't mean anything.
Skate, 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 skate. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Cal Peterson has faced 13. One has gotten by him. And Bernhard Starkbaum has faced 17, and a couple have gotten by him. And this is really the first game that Austria has played more guys, more minutes than normal. They have 4 players over 12 minutes. Steven Strong is at 12:08. Peter Schneider at 12:20. Marco Rossi's at 12:57 to lead the way. Bernd Wolf is at 12:42. Nick Bonino continues to lead Team USA at 13:28. And Tyler Clevin is thrown right into the mix. 12 minutes and 28 seconds for him after 2 periods. And Team USA has absolutely dominated the faceoff department at over 69%. Bonino 7 of 11. Drew O'Connor 5 of 6. TJ Tynan 4 of 5. And Patrick Brown in his first game has won 7 of 11.
Nick Bonino had a couple of goals early in the tournament, but he's that linchpin guy, and the ice time and the face-offs just tell you a lot of the story about Bonino.
Carter Mazur has the go-ahead goal for Team USA, snaps this into the Austrian zone, heads to the bench on the change. Cutter Gauthier gets tied up with Steven Strong, and it's cleared. 4 years in the OHL for Steven Strong. A couple of years at the University of Guelph at center, and this will get cleared in.
And Nick Bonino just did a really good job of on the back check there. Otherwise, it could have been a flat-out breakaway. I think that was for Nisner. Bonino just sniffs things out, and the D was not in good position. Bonino covered it up.
Lots of games under the belt, NHL games for Nick Bonino, and his experience is so valuable. That's why he wears the C. Grimaldi plays this back at the line. Connor Mackey lets it go wide short side. Came off the backboards, and Faller's there to snap it out the center ice. Roffel's going to make sure it gets the rest of the way in, turns, and heads to the bench on the change.
You see what Grimaldi did there? He went wide and around to the far corner, but he didn't automatic back to the point. That's what Austria's been waiting for, the automatic plays that the U.S. like to do. Virtually every team does that. They get it back to the point right away. Well, Grimaldi changed that, so I think they might have had a talk here in this second intermission. We got to change how we're attacking and how we keep possession in the zone.
You made the point earlier that Austria has done its pre-scout.
Yes.
Down to the goal line it goes. Asamont slips it back into the near corner, and this gets put off the boards and sent out to center ice by Bernd Wolf. Right back in it. Timo Nickel will settle it down for Austria. This pass up the middle is beyond the reach of Huber, and it's back inside the Austrian zone, and Starkbaum will take no chances as Farrell was in looking for a loose puck.
Making adjustments is what it's all about, and the U.S. team has a lot of great minds behind the bench, not just David Quinn. I know Derek Lalonde and Scott Gordon are in charge of the power play in conjunction, of course, with the head coach. And I think their next power play, if they get one, I'm anxious to see what kind of adjustments that they've made, because that has not kicked in yet at all. They've been stymied so far.
Lane Hudson from the line throws it to the front of the net. Matt Coronado was trying to find it. Gets cleared to the blue line. This will get played around the boards by Starkbaum, but controlled by Team USA. Farrell plays it back for Hudson. A couple of Montreal draft picks. Down to the goal line, it goes from Tuck. Plays it, or Perbix rather, in from the line to put that one across. Has it again at the right point. Plays it down for Hudson. Hudson being watched on the play by Huber. Sends it across. Oh, the setup was there. And just off the stick of Brown. Back in for Lane Hudson. He'll dance his way through center. Tries to split the defense. Does scores! What a goal by Lane Hudson. Terrific offensive year in college, and gets a beauty here to give Team USA a 2-goal lead.
19-year-old Lane Hudson, and David Quinn had talked about him. He just wants him to play like that, do exactly what he just did. Go, kid, you've got some skill. And now that he's had success scoring this goal, this is what I've been looking for as this game has gone on. The structure of the way both teams were playing. On the attack, if you just keep looking for what's my next pass, and I'm supposed to go wide, and then I'm supposed to put it in the middle of the ice. Lane Hudson just went, you know what, I've got some room. Yeah, I think I can beat that guy. Yeah, I can go wide here. And yeah, it's a one touch and a goal. It's not a blistering shot, but I love the fact that he took the initiative and played that one-on-one game. That can start to open things up, and maybe that'll spread to other players on the U.S. Some of them need to get going. That's a terrific goal.
2 points in this game. Hobie Baker finalist. Led all NC2A defensemen in scoring as a rookie. Terrific offensive skills, a terrific skater, and what a goal there. To give Team USA a 3-1 lead as we near the 4-minute mark of period number 3. Cutter Gauthier, one of the other youngsters on this roster for Team USA, trying to get that deep. Cutter Gauthier, 19 years of age as well. TJ Tynan races in after it. Benjamin Nistner had it, lost it. Tynan sends it for Gauthier. He gets that shot right on goal, and Starkbaum had to be careful.
Talk about being a shooter. His backside's touching the wall, and he shoots it from there. Good for him. Love to see it. Cutter Gauthier.
Kept in at the blue line. Gauthier, another shot, maybe a pass intended to the back post.
Nah, it's a shot. He's going to have to ice his arms down at the end of the night here.
Controlled in the corner. This gets played back to the blue line. Bonino takes it up top. Bonino trying to get that down low. Tyler Clevin goes cross ice. Bonino back for Clevin. Got away from him, and Rocco Grimaldi will track it down at center ice. Up the middle for Tuck. Back for Grimaldi with some speed. Gets a backhander through, and Starkbaum makes the save. Clevin cross ice. Connor Mackey, the one-timer. And Dominic Zwerger's on it. Zwerger to the line. On for Schneider. Schneider sailed it wide. Dominic Heinrich trying to hold it in, but Connor Mackey will send Grimaldi away, and he'll send it on for Alex Tuck. Tuck puts on the brakes, takes a look. Team USA starting a change. Thrun was in off that backside. And now taken by Schneider out to center. Dominic Heinrichs for Schwerger. Schwerger gets it back to the front of the net. And a pile up into Cal Peterson as Marco Rossi was going to the net.
He's going to the net all right. Good back check and pressure on him by O'Connor, and then he blows a tire. Prior to that, that goal was outstanding. Just a terrific individual effort by Hudson, and he found the 5-hole. That one just sort of startled Stockbaum. He thought he was going to have a nice little poke check there on Hudson and never quite pulled it off, and it ended up really kicking him in the backside when it went 5-hole. And David Quinn has mixed his D pairs up a little bit too, getting different looks and different combinations. There's certainly nothing wrong with that either.
A little smile on the face of Lane Hudson, and why not? We'll hit some highlight reels with that goal. Huber had to get away from him, and Grimaldi right back for Team USA. 6 gone here in the third. Team USA trying to go to 4-0, and a 3-1 lead here against Austria. Banked off the boards. Ali Wakovitz on for Huber, plays it deep. And Dylan Sandberg, who's had a very good 4 games so far in this World Championship. Team USA pass back to the line, and this will come outside the line, and Lane Hudson will backtrack.
Yeah, I mean, he's out there now with Hudson, so you got 2 lefties out there. Sandberg was playing with Perbix. That's what I was referring to a moment ago, playing with Perbix a lot in the first 3 games, almost exclusively, but they've tweaked them up a little bit, and I think they're sort of due to do that. Things weren't always working real well, and there were some missed assignments, so maybe just a little different feel moving the pairs around.
Sandberg involved in a big collision, now has the puck. Not dressed for Team USA today. Ronnie Addard and Luke Tuck and Drew Comesso, the 3rd netminder, not dressed. And of course, we mentioned this earlier, Sammy Walker injured early and done for the tournament. Played up at center ice. Coronado slides it back in. And Lucas Thaler in behind his own net. Austria started with an overtime loss to France. Not a game they were thrilled with. Power plays were costly. They ran themselves into some penalty trouble. That a 5-0 loss to Sweden, and again 1-0 after 1 in that one, and then the 6-2 loss to Denmark at a game that was 2-1 going into the third. So they've been right there, but that game against France is one that I think they felt they had a very good chance to win. This gets batted out to center ice, and Austria on the regroup, and Austria now will enjoy an off day tomorrow and then another back-to-back, and not an easy one. Friday Germany and Saturday Finland. All the way back for Bernd Wolf. 2-1, by the way, Latvia over Norway. Norway scoring on its only shot of the second period. That game over in Riga. Side of the net for Schneider. Backhand shot. Good save made. Rebound, and that shot went wide. As Marco Rossi still looking for his first goal. Another chance in tight.
That was Zwerger, that last chance, and I saw a couple of fans in the stands with their arms in the air. They thought that one went in. Zwerger's been one of their most effective players. He has gotten some really good looks at the net in this game for Austria.
Ali Wakovitz will carry this in. Wakovitz will elect to turn into a defensive position, and now it's cleared up at center ice by Alex Tuck. Austria's last game of the round robin Monday against Hungary, so that one may come down to the winner will get relegated or will stay, and the loser will get relegated, but we'll see. There's still some games to be played here. Knocked down with a high stick of Alex Tuck. Team USA, meanwhile, will get a couple of days off after this one. Not back in action until Saturday against Denmark. And then they'll have a back-to-back Sunday against France, and then we mentioned this earlier, the game Tuesday against Sweden. And that very well could be a first-place game on triple header Tuesday. Chance in front, what a save! Starkbaum comes across and robs Connor Garland. Back in for Asimont. In front of the net it goes. Drew O'Connor tried to stuff that in the short side. Garland is on it again. Gets it to the forehand, goes cross ice, and Starkbaum comes across, and a terrific save off of Mike Yesimont.
Let's start with this guy. Who's with USA?
So some great chances for the Marco Rossi Schneider Zwerger line, including Zwerger putting one off the pipe. And then great chances for the USA line, Drew O'Connor, Connor Garland, and Mikey Yesimont. Yesimont had the great chance and wanted to snap his stick over his knee after that last save by Starkbaum.
He pulled his hair out, but he had a helmet on.
But great chances at both ends of the ice.
That was their best shift before. That was looking for more of that from those three because they could really move. When they get going in the offensive zone, especially, great speed and quickness, which are two different things.
Coronado squeezes his way around the defenseman. Benjamin Nisker comes back to the line. Sandberg. He'll go cross ice. Connor Mackey with the shot. And Bernard Starkbaum snares that.
See the different combinations on D now. They've gone away from, you know, the three sets of the same guys playing together all the time. There's another look at Cal Peterson, who continues to be incredibly sharp. There was a sequence there. There's the one off the post that you talked about, Dennis. And then there's that great chance by Connor Garland, who should have been going upstairs right from the start. He should have been thinking going upstairs like Yesimont did there, and Yesimont got robbed.
Here's a break and a diving play. Are we going to see a penalty shot? Now a little pushing and shoving after the play. Roger Batter looks on.
That's a tough injury for sure, no doubt. He had to stay down and wait for some help there. But the back check here is absolutely brilliant. And I don't see why this should be a penalty. I mean, watch him sprawl out. He gets the, oh, he did slash. He slashed more than I thought there. What I saw was the stick clear the puck away. But he does, well, you know, now that's a better look. That's what I thought I saw the first time. His stick comes across in front. He doesn't really slash. He slashes at the puck. He clears the puck, but I guess when he wrapped his foot around there, and then he goes into the end boards. But what an effort there by Carter Mazur on the back check as the USD. And you never like to see anybody get hurt, and that's Wolf, who's been really good for him. And this will be a penalty shot because he was in free.
So Dominic Zwerger will come in for Bernd Wolf to take the penalty shot. 3-1 USA. Zwerger in on Peterson, and Peterson just holds his ground on the short side, and nothing, no room for Zwerger, and it stays 3-1.
Well, Zwerger was a good choice because he's had as good a looks as anybody, and he's helped create those looks. He doesn't really show much of a threat here. He looked like he had a predetermined idea. He was going 5-hole pretty quick. He saw it was there. Cal Peterson gave it to him and then took it away from him, dropping down and shutting off 5-hole.
Peterson made that one look easy. Wrister from the line from Timo Nickel over top the net. Zwerger blasts another one, never got through, blocked by Bonino. 8.5 to go. chip to the near side boards, and Rocco Grimaldi turns it up ice quickly with Alex Tuck. Grimaldi with a goal in this game, his second of the tournament. Mazur with his first, and Lane Hudson with his first. On the other side of it, Thomas Raffel with his third. All three have come on the power play. Another turnover. Swerger held alone, goes to the backhand, and Peterson pokes it away from him. Dominic Swerger, 3 glorious chances in the last 4 or 5 minutes. One off the pipe, the penalty shot, and that one there.
And he had 2 in the first period. He went 1 to the blocker side and 1 to the glove side, and Peterson's got his number.
Team USA with the 2-goal lead and back in on the attack. Asamont. On it goes for Connor Garland, and Starkbaum makes the save and bats it away as that line of Drew O'Connor along with Mikey Asamont and Connor Garland back out for Team USA. Lane Hudson gets wrapped up in the corner with Stephen Strong. He'll dish it off. Connor Garland's shot, save made by Starkbaum. Asamont on the rebound. Drew O'Connor goes to the front of the net. The pass comes back at the line for Lane Hudson. Hudson takes it wide. Hudson takes a look. He'll send it back. Connor Garland looking high glove, and he put it over top the net. And Paul Huber will take it on the far side, looking for a line change, just sends it in.
This starting to remind me of game 1 for the U.S. in the tournament. They're taking shots from the outside. Like, stop trying to force things. Stop trying to look for the next pass into the middle of the ice. There's room on the outside. Shoot from the outside. They started scoring from the outside in that game 1. They're taking a lot more shots from the outside in the offensive zone now.
You know, in for Howdem. Howdem drops it back at the line. Zundel with the shot. And that is off a stick and up and out of play. 6:20 to go. 3-1 USA. Team USA, a win over Finland, a win over Hungary, 3-2 win over Germany, and now a 3-1 lead here on Austria. And this game has had plenty of chances, especially here in period number 3 when you think the teams might lock it down a little bit, but it has been an offensive period, no doubt. Killian Zundel plays it behind his own net. On for Lucas Thaler. Thaler plays it cross ice. Benjamin Nister trying to dump it in. It goes up in the air, and this gets batted out by Patrick Brown in his first game. Tyler Cleven in his first game. As teams continue to add players, which they are able to make injury replacements. Ooh. Contact in the corner with Connor Mackey and Peter Schneider.
And Mackey went to hit him, and Schneider won that one. Mackey's going to remember that. Yeah, note to self, 3's pretty sturdy.
Schneider with an assist. He is in on all 4 goals that Austria has scored in this tournament. 5:19 to go. We'll step aside here from Tampere. Finland and France, each with 4 points in Group A. Well, that may sound strange. They will be the 8:20 local time start here in Tampere. But the USA with 5 minutes and 10 seconds of work left to try and go to 4-0. Shot to the short side from Gauthier, turned aside by Starkbaum. Swerger back in with Marco Rossi and Peter Schneider. Rossi turns it to the forehand, tried to get it deep. Could not. Here comes Gauthier. Backhand shot, and he slipped that one wide.
Boy, has he got that deceptive speed, huh? He's got that big stride. He's going way faster than you think he is, and he knows how to protect the puck. He's having a heck of a game.
Nico Brunner waits for everyone to get into position. Once we get down to 2.5 or 3 minutes, we'll keep an eye on Starkbaum, whether Roger Batter elects to make a change there. Hudson steps up, breaks it up. Good save by Starkbaum as Hudson was looking for his second goal of the game and third point of the game.
He's starting to feel it now, right? I mean, he's getting up at the right times. I felt like he was forcing things in the first couple of games, not now.
He'll send it back. Grimaldi shot, and Starkbaum fights that off. Sent down the ice. This will be an icing call against Austria, with under 4 now to go here in period number 3.
Yeah, with the game that Lane Hudson has played in scoring that goal early on and that great individual effort, now he's smoothed his game out, and what his coach has wanted from him, David Quinn has said, this kid's got some unreal skill. We want to let him do his thing. And now he's doing his thing at the right times, and he's a threat more often than not offensively when he's out there, and he's still in good position.
Rakovitz plays it for Strong. He gets pressure in the corner in his own zone. It's back in behind the Austrian net. Nasamont tries to work it free. Back to the line. Chopped down low by Perunovic. Drew O'Connor going after it. Connor Garland is there. Garland gets tied up with Howden. Keeps on going. Gets away from Rakovitz. Turns to the forehand. Sends it down low. And a good chance for Drew O'Connor. And another real good save by Starkbaum.
And O'Connor gets abused there after the whistle. He gets several pushes from the backside. And Mikey Asamon, who is not afraid to get involved, comes in and helps his buddy after that. What a shift by Connor Garland, though. Great stuff along the wall. Not the biggest guy, but he just keeps his feet moving all the time. And there's the reason O'Connor got a couple extra shoves. Yeah, here comes another one. Yeah, he kind of accidentally on purpose came down on the back of the goaltender a little bit. So yeah, a little intimidation along the way. It's handy from time to time.
Good crowd again this afternoon for this World Championship game, and this building will be yumping tonight as Finland and France will meet. Finland in need of a victory. Played some tough teams to start.
There'll be some tension in this building tonight for sure, from the team and from the fans. You can feel it. Their last game out, when it was another loss, you really feel it here. It's going to be interesting tonight.
To the bench for the extra attacker goes Bernard Starkbaum with 2:45 to go. This gets lifted up and out to center ice. Blocked by Killian Zundell. Patrick Brown will send it across, and at the empty net to finish it off is Nick Perbix. And Team USA will go to 4-0.
Well, that's the way you're supposed to do it. Really good execution here by the U.S. They get the puck out of the zone right away, but along the wall in the neutral zone. Yeah, just get it out. Get on them right away. Nice job here. Turn the puck over. And then one of the new additions, Patrick Brown, doing the right thing and the nice thing, and that'll ingratiate him to the rest of the U.S. teammates. Welcome aboard. A beautiful little backhand pass so that Perbix gets a free one to the empty net.
So first of the tournament for Perbix, first of the tournament for Hudson, first of the tournament for Mazur, which right now stands as the winner. And then Grimaldi with his second of the tournament. That's the USA players who have done the offensive damage in this game. Farrell and Brown, the assists on the empty netter. Bouncing puck back into the Austrian end of the ice, and this will bounce its way across the goal line to be an icing call, and then Timo Nickel and Carter Mazur get involved a little bit.
Well, one of the players for Team USA that jumps out to me, I really think he's taken a step forward, is Cutter Gauthier. For a 19-year-old young man, his confidence level's really going. And if he continues being the shooter that he is and starting to make some plays individually, going to be interesting to see what his potential is and where it could lead the rest of the tournament.
16 goals, 37 points in his rookie year at Boston College. In Philadelphia, first-round pick in 2022, number 5 overall.
You know what you're getting there, Dennis. He's a shooter. You know, he doesn't mess around. I love having guys like that on my team because you know you start looking for them. If you're playing with them, you know he's shooting. So he'll still make some plays, but you know the puck's going to go to the net, and that makes other guys react in a positive way offensively as well.
Into the final 2 minutes here, offside called against Team Austria.
And you got Lane Hudson, who now is full of himself too after that beautiful individual effort, and that's what his coaches wanted him to do. That's another step forward for another young man, only 19 years old, and playing college hockey.
Latvia still leading 2-1 over in Riga, up on Norway. And there would have been another youngster in this game, David Reinbacher, who is draft eligible and will be picked very early in the draft. Injured a couple of games ago. He's missed 2 now, and the hope is that he will be back at some point in this tournament. Big defenseman. Shot from the right side, rebound, then Sturkbaum a couple more saves.
And speaking of shooters, Alex Tuck gets a shot from the outside. That's the kind of thing we're talking about. Nick Bonino went to the net because he knows what Alex Tuck is going to do. And Tuck can really fire it too. Ended up being a terrific scoring chance on the rebound.
Mario Huber overskated it at the line, taken by Connor Garland, and he'll put it back into the Austrian zone. Drew O'Connor giving chase in the corner, but it's cleared, and Huber will skate it up. Mario Huber dumps it in. Paul Huber in on the forecheck. He's around the boards. Kept in on that far side by Nico Brunner. Jammed up against the wall. Austria controls. Lucas Howden turns and fires. Cal Peterson another save, and Peterson has been very good. The USA's net minding has been very strong.
Critical saves early in the game. 2 huge ones in the first period. 2 really, really big ones in the second period, and steadily making saves at the right time by Peterson really gave his team confidence and the ability to hang in there and then pull away on the scoreboard eventually.
Handshakes by the coaching staff, smiles from the players as Team USA will go to 4-0 back to Cal Peterson. And yes, Dominic Swerger had the chance, had the penalty shot, had the breakaway. And Cal Peterson picking up his second win of this championship.
I would say the only thing, Dennis, that they'd be working on going forward is the power play. The power play probably disappointed them a little bit. They didn't need it, and that's the good news for Team USA. But the fact that these young guys continue to come along, you're spreading the confidence level out. It's not just the top line, Bonino, Tuck, and Grimaldi, which is the way the tournament started. This is sort of falling into place for the coaching staff. You couldn't really draw it up any better on the board, could you?
2 goals against in the 2 games that Cal Peterson has played. So you do the math, carry the 2, that's a goals against average of 1.
He was outstanding. The goaltending has been terrific for Team USA.
Player of the game presentations, and then for the 4th time at the 2023 IIHF World Championship, we will hear the U.S. national anthem as they win this one by a score of 4-1, and
Price for Team
we'll
USA
enjoy a
is
couple of
presented
days
by
here before they swing back into action.
VIP manager of
Imagine one of the days may be a day off, and then Dave Quinn referred to it. They'll get one last practice in as they'll get set for a back-to-back weekend, Saturday against Denmark, Sunday against France. And then who knows what that game on Tuesday against Sweden will mean, as right now Team USA leads Group A.
They'll probably do a tour of something, I'm guessing. Yeah,
Yep.
you get a little sightseeing in. That's great. That's part of it. It's good culturally for them. It's great team building stuff for them. So, yeah, I'm sure they got a tour of something lined up.
Chilly day here in Tampere today after the weather's been so nice. It was windy and chilly and some rain in the air.
Yeah, when you're told to go fly a kite by people, this is the day to do it.
Bernard Starkbaum, who was very good, is the player of the game for Denmark.
Best player of Team USA, USA:n paras pelaaja, number 20, numero 20, Lane Hudson.
Lane Hudson, player of the game, and a beautiful goal, his first goal of the World Championship. First goal at this level, and a beautiful goal for the young man, and he is the player of the game for Team USA. So USA wins it by a score of 4-1 over Austria. Players will make their way back into position, and we will have the national anthem of the United States.
Winning Team USA. Hyvät naiset ja herrat, jos pystytte, pyydämme nousemaan ylös kuulemaan voittajajoukkue USA:n kansallishymnin. In Riga, the score between Team Latvia and Team Norway is 2-1 in the third period. Rigassa tilanne ottelussa Latvia-Norja on 2-1 kolmannessa erässä. 2023 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship Tournament will continue today in the Nokia Arena at 2020 with Team Finland against Team France. Welcome! Vuoden 2023 IIHF jääkiekon MM-kisat jatkuvat täällä Nokia Areenalla tänään vielä iltapäivänä kello 20:20 vastakkain Suomi, Ranska, tervetuloa! Ladies and gentlemen, the news is time. Arvoisa yleisö,
Dominic, Hungary really applied pressure today. It was a close game at many points, and you had the penalty shot. What did you think of your team's performance today?
Yeah, I think the performance was pretty good of the whole team. We fought until the end. Didn't get lucky enough to get some goals, especially me on the penalty shot. I probably should have done a little better to get the team back in the game, but that's sometimes how hockey goes, and we got a loss, but we're going to learn from that and keep on going.
Your goalie, Bernard Starkbaum, named player of the game. What stood out to you about his performance today?
Unbelievable. He stood on his head the whole game there, made some huge saves for us to keep us in the game all the way till the end, and we appreciate having a good 3 goalies here like we do, and now we're going to keep on moving forward with the same effort and hopefully pull out some wins.
Tail end of a back-to-back. Any fatigue today, and what do you plan to do to regroup before your next game against Germany on Friday?
Wir sind nicht so müde, aber jetzt werden wir einen schönen Pausetag morgen einrichten, werden uns wieder gut erholen und dann starten wir durch am Freitag gegen Deutschland um 19:20 Uhr.
Dominic, thank you.
Thank you.
Lane, let's talk about that goal you scored today. Arguably maybe a goal of the tournament. It was just terrific. Walk us through what you saw on it.
Yeah, I saw the puck get chipped out, and I saw they were going for a change, so I tried to get my feet going with the puck, and saw a little bit of space, so I took it, and ended up getting pretty lucky by poking it 5-hole.
Lane, a lot has been made about the youth on this team. You're only 19 years old, playing amongst much older men here at the World Championship. Where does your confidence come from?
It's a credit to my teammates. Coming in, they're making me feel really comfortable. All the guys have been great to, all the younger guys, and, I'm learning so much from them. And, it's just, giving me confidence that they are comfortable with me.
With the win today, USA is now 4-0. What have you learned about your team through these first 4 games?
That we're going to find a way to win, and in these tournaments you have to do that, and that's what we're going to continue to hopefully do. So that's something that I think we gotten figured out here.
Lane, thank you. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Sit, boys. Super fan OC. Yeah, boys. Good job. Good job there. Game. Good job, boys. Good job. That's it, Farby.
The 2023 IIHF Act. Featuring all statistics on your favorite players, your favorite teams, and real-time game updates at your fingertips. Find the show universe in the IIHF app. Explore the action and dive